All right, here's a question from Tim. Here's a question. If you have time and zero pressure on this, thank you, Tim, I appreciate that. I've played drums now for about 35 years. I've isolated one of my biggest weaknesses apart from the dreaded left hand syndrome, my right foot. There are times when orchestrating an idea that my balance just feels slightly off and my precision always feels somewhat compromised. I'll hear an idea for my foot and the speed, accuracy, etc. just isn't there. Some days it feels good, other days it is sluggish and crappy. I routinely exercise my foot and calf with stretches and drills that my ballet daughter has shown me. I run some pages out of Colin Bailey's bass drum control, particularly the last page. It seems the primary issue is quick bursts or a pair of series of notes at the end of phrases. It feels like when I'm orchestrating off the floor tom with my left hand in any way, twisting slightly at the waist, is when things are their worst. After a couple of years of working on it, I still feel limited. In short, I'm wondering if there are any specific drills that I can try to challenge this issue and incorporate into my daily routine. So, thanks, Tim, for the question. Very, very good question. It's basically about bass drum technique and control. So what I'm going to go over with you is exactly that. It's a few exercises. The Colin Bailey book that you mentioned, Bass Drum Control, is excellent. It's something that I've used. The thing about it is it generally deals with singles. It generally deals with speed of consecutive notes. And there's another part of that which is doubles. And I want to explain that to you right now. So cut. So this is how to strengthen up your doubles in general. I use a book called Stick Control, and hopefully you know that it's one of the three books that I use all the time. We start here with the first page, and it's just right, left. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use in between the notes, right, left, I'm going to use double strokes. And there are three ways of doing this. So the first way is going to be triplets. So I'm going to make it into triplets. So it'll sound like this. So again, I'm putting the bass drum in between the right and left here. So the first exercise. You want to get clean and accurate triplets between every note. And you can speed up the tempo as well. 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be when some of the work, happens, is when you get to a tempo like that, because you still want the triplets to be even and you still want them to be in time. So another way to do it is a more 16th note feel. So the rhythm, instead of the rhythm being triplets, which is, it'll be more like this. So instead of, it'll be, okay, so in this case I'll start with number 5. These are paradiddles, and it'll sound like this. So these stickings, as the stick control part of the stick control book, these stickings they're not really doing that much. Actually, it's more to keep you involved. You're really practicing the same thing over and over again. when you're practicing, even if you're practicing number 1 or you're practicing number 10 or number 20. There are different stickings in your hands, but your bass drum foot is going to be doing the same exercise, and that's actually the thing that's important here. So the final way to practice this, we did triplets, we did 16th notes, and now we're going to do roughs. So this is actually something that's out of time. It's still going to happen in between those holes, and it's going to sound like this. I'm going to start at number 6. So it's not, and it's not, but it's this. It's a rough. It's like it's out of time. It's not in a specific quantization. So number 6. All right, so those are 3 exercises you can use with stick control. You can also displace all those exercises, as I do pretty often. For example, with the triplet one, the notes come on the 3rd note of the triplet, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4. The second example with the 16th notes, 2, 3, 4. So now that the bass drum is not coming on, I mean, it is coming on 1 now. It's not coming in the middle. It's coming on the downbeat. And then those are 2 other ways that you can do that. So next time we're going to explore a little bit of how we can practice single strokes on the bass drum. Those are my exercises for double strokes. Thanks for watching.